Hello. Hi, gorgeous souls. It's beautiful to sit in sacred space with you all. As I said in the beginning, if before the recording went on, as many of you that can be on screen, please be on screen so that I can feel you, especially, when I open questions at the end for Q&A. I love to intuitively connect with you and feel your presence. Okay, so let's begin. By the light of this candle, by the flame in our hearts, we dedicate this circle to the frequency of prosperity. We call the codes of prosperity into this sacred space. We ask that beings of unconditional love cocoon us, surround us, anchor with us. Feeling your hearts open and expand to these new frequencies. Frequencies that part of you is familiar with and another part longs to reconnect with. May the light in your hearts lead the way. May you remember how intertwined love and living prosperously, richly blessed are. They walk hand in hand. Love is at the core of everything, the foundation of everything. And prosperity lays in her arms, ready for you to claim her. Deep, deep breath into your heart. Fill your body with the life force. Pause at the end of the in-breath. And when you're ready, I want you to exhale with some sound. Let's do it again. I'm inviting you to make sound so that you can alter your resonance, your vibration. And I'm inviting you all to participate. No one can hear you. You're on mute. This will be such a beautiful gift for yourself to open yourself to receiving these beautiful sacred codes. You want to change out of the state you're in now so that you can open to the new. So guide yourselves, inhalation, deep, deep, deep breath. At the end of the breath, you just pause for as long as is comfortable. On the exhalation, you're going to make sound, and you may want to move your body a little and release the breath. Pause at the end of the exhalation and then keep going. So let's do that now. Deep breath in. Feeling your belly, big, big, huge belly full of life force. Your heart opening and expanding as it enters the lungs, the rib cage open. Your shoulders just comfortably drop. Spine straight. Head comfortably sitting. As you pause, observe. And now release the breath with a sound and a little shake if you want. Pause at that exhalation. And then when you're ready, in breath and do it all again. So now you just guide yourself for the next 4 or 5 or 6 breaths. Breathing into that belly and into your heart. Opening yourself to receive what is coming. Place one hand over your heart and one hand over your belly. And just allow yourself to breathe normally, to feel the resonance, the vibration you've created in your body, to feel the currents of vitality coursing through you after you've consciously engaged the breath, consciously opened your heart, your whole self to receiving. Imagine, see, feel, or sense in the way that you do a beautiful cocoon of golden light around you. It's the light of your divinity. And observe this light as it grows larger and larger now. It's pulsating to the cosmic heart, to your heart, which are now aligned as one. Imagine a beautiful silver cord coming up through the soles of your feet and lodging in your heart, and a golden beam of light descending from the cosmos, the heart of the cosmos, down through your upper chakras, through your crown, and lodging in your heart. And you feel them coalesce as one, and you feel the flame within you ignited. You are anchored, you are alert, you are here, you are present. Stop doing, simply be. Hey, Naya, Feel yourself grounded, present, awake. In your mind's eye, I want you to just take a journey down memory lane. You find yourself on a pathway, a beautiful pathway in nature. And you begin to walk down this pathway. Let your hands just drop to your lap if that's more comfortable. Let yourself sit straight and comfortably as with your inner senses, your inner eye, you journey down this pathway. And you get this sense of a sound like a tick, 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 tap, 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 tick, 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 tap, 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 tap. And you follow that sound. Meander down the pathway to that sound. And you find yourself in a beautiful forest. And there's this being there, a stick man. From the realm of Fae, you instantly recognize this isn't a being of the earth, of the earthly realm. It's a being of the earth, of the fairy realm. And this Fae being looks up at you and says, you listened. You came. Let's walk. And you notice if you feel any trepidation or fear or excitement or wonder, or if it just feels like the most natural thing in the world. Maybe your curiosity is piked. Just notice. Just notice. Don't force anything. Don't change anything. And you come across this huge tree. It's not a tree you recognize consciously, but your heart feels pulled to it. And you sit at the roots of this tree. And the stick man just quietly sits by you, observing. And you feel beneath you and coming through you this slow rumble, like ancient boulders beginning to move. This slow rumble. And your breath deepens. You feel so at peace here. And you hear an ancient voice. You get a sense of this voice slowly revealing itself to you. Child, you have come. Are you ready to reclaim your birthright? To live expansively, joyously, lovingly connected with your essence, my essence, the all, the essence of all. Are you ready to journey these pathways, to face the hurdles that have tripped you up in the past and to make peace with them? Are you ready, child? Are you ready? And you feel your yes. Rise then and walk the pathways to your first obstacle. The stick man rises with you, and you take slow step after slow step. You are so conscious of your feet landing on the earth beneath you, of your body, of the way you are holding yourself. You hear a whispering in the leaves. And you turn a bend, and there before you is the first obstacle. This obstacle is a metaphor for why you have not claimed the breadth and depth of the prosperous life you are worthy of. And you hear the voice, you were born worthy. You just need to remember, child. I want you to really take a look with your inner senses at what this obstacle is, this first thing that is showing up for you that stands in the way between you and your full-bodied yes to a richly blessed, prosperous life, one that is created from the foundations of love, that has the song of love coursing through it. What is the first obstacle? Is it something someone said when you're a certain age? Is it a story you were told? Is it a conditioning around money? That it's dirty, that you'll change, that richly blessed people are not nice people, that they lose touch with the world, touch with reality, touch with their humanity. I want you to notice what it is, journal it inside of you so that you can come back and write it later. For those of you that feel you need to write it now, that's fine. Just only let your eyes slit open, just tiny slits if you're going to journal now. Just one thing. What is the first obstacle? Note that. You may want to note your rough age of when you received that particular transmission that closed the door to you living prosperously. If there is something you would like to ask this obstacle, ask it now. Where did you come from? What purpose do you serve? Where to from here? Are you willing to transform with me? Now, give thanks, and I want you to keep walking. You walk with the stick man to the next place. Open your senses and follow your heart. She knows the way. Your divine light guides you. And you walk, and you feel yourself being pulled in a certain direction, and you follow it. You are trusting yourself completely. You follow it, you walk down the new path that's just revealed itself to you, and there you find it. The stick man's by your side, a solemn guide, a solemn way shower, a solemn support. And you see before you the next obstacle. And you follow step after step, breath after breath, the path to the point where you face the next obstacle. What does this represent? Is it an indoctrination? Is it an experience? Is there a trauma associated with it? Just notice, be the witness. Do not become the story. Do not become involved in it, engrossed in it in this moment. You are simply the witness. You can return later and go deeper and seek deeper healing. For now, it's just some clarity you're after. What is this? What does this represent for you? Feel yourself connecting with this, listening, receiving. Maybe there is a story unraveling. Maybe they're totally disconnected. Just observe. And now ask, is there anything you would like to share with me? and ask, are you ready to transform with me? And you receive the impulse of that response, and you give thanks, and you go back a little ways, open your senses again to feel which direction you're going to walk, and you walk in the direction that you feel pulled toward, and you walk step after step, breath after breath. You walk toward the next obstacle that in this lifetime has been in the way for you, claiming a richly blessed, abundantly prosperous life. And this one comes fast. You feel it. You walk toward it. You are in anticipation now. There's this curiosity that's ignited, maybe some excitement. And you face this obstacle. You look at it. Feel the texture of it. Feel the message behind it. What do you have to tell me? What brings you in my life right now? Receive. Listen with the ear of your heart. And now ask, are you ready to transform with me? I am ready. And you stand up and you walk away. And you find yourself back at that beautiful ancient tree. You know not how you got there, you just are. And the stick man is there with you. And you sit at the roots again, feeling held, contained, safe, grounded. And you feel that slow rumble coursing through you, like boulders gently moving. And you feel the breath of the wind on your face. And you sense the forest upon the air, gently caressing your heart. And you open your heart even more and you listen. Child, the more you separate yourself from that which you desire and dream and long for, the more you separate yourself, the more you repel. You understand you are one with everything. What does this mean? Your heart and the great cosmic heart are linked, are connected. Everything is born from this loving space. Everything arises from love. Remember that. Remember that anything else, any other programming, any other sensations that arise from a longing that arises from deep within you may not be your own, may not serve you, may come from the overculture, the conditioning of those in your life that did not understand. And much of humanity do not understand what it is to truly embrace prosperity. And so I ask you, what does prosperity mean to you, child? What does prosperity mean to you? Tap into the meaningfulness of the energetic signature of prosperity. You have seen a little of what has gotten in the way for you reclaiming your birthright to a prosperous life. Now, connect with the meaningfulness of this melody. It is a cosmic song in its own right. something that you can claim, dance with, receive as much as anyone else. So, why is prosperity meaningful to you and what does it mean? And now, when you are living prosperously, how does that look for you? How does that feel in your body, in your life, in your relationships? And do you even know? Have you allowed yourself to dare to dream, to feel the joy of being so blessed? Abundance has many ways, and prosperity is one of them. And we tell you, we ask you, we guide you away from continually living with what other humans have dictated to you, and instead uncovering what is meaningful to you, instead uncovering your deepest longings, so that when that beautiful holiday arises, you can say yes. When the opportunity arises to take a few days off from whatever it is you call work, to just be still in a forest, an ocean, a beach, doing nothing other than receiving love and pouring your love into the earth to revitalize, regenerate, that you can say yes to that. Prosperity is far reaching. It will impact your life hugely. Yes, you will be able to buy more, share more, maybe do some things you've dreamed of and have abstained from, going to a ballet or a musical or a cinema, or receive mentoring, do a course, go on a retreat, things that are meaningful to you. Maybe you've abstained from them because you're counting your pennies. And so we invite you to cease this limited way of being, to cease functioning from such a hemmed in approach to life, and instead to expand your awareness into what it would feel like to thrive in the space, to flourish in the space of a richly blessed, prosperous life. A life where grace touches and blesses you. A life where miracles bless you. Where the signature of money comes in the most unexpected, glorious ways. Can you allow yourself a moment to feel this? To know that this is yours to claim. To know that it's not about more of a thing, even money, but it is about opening yourself to the miraculous blessings that are yours to receive. And so you remember money as energy. You remember it and you know it. And you embody that. You embody that frequency of prosperity, of embracing, living, and flourishing in a richly blessed life. Can you allow yourself to go there now? Bring in all the sweet details you like and leave spaciousness for the unknown. Feel the emotions arising in you. Feel how gratefully blessed you would feel if you were to open yourself to live in this way. It is indeed your natural state, your birthright. You were born worthy, you were born deserving. It's not something you need to become, it is just something you need to remember. And in this space, if you choose, you can now release to the universe, place it in the hands of that higher intelligence, each of those three obstructions that you visited earlier. And you hand it over so that your divinity and the divine, which you are one with, transmutes these energies and returns them to love, so that you feel the frequencies of love. You open yourself to that, and you open yourself to deeper, more penetrating frequencies. For so long, living prosperously has been associated with doing more, working more hours, putting in more time, hustling, slugging it out, whatever expression it is you've had. What if you opened yourself to remembering that the more present you are, the more you embrace beingness in your presence, the more prosperous you will be. And that all of that is anchored to love. What if you opened yourself to that? To the unifying quality of prosperity and love, of wealth and love, of richness and love, of being rich, being abundant, being prosperous, living a richly blessed life, not existence, life. What if you aligned all that to the currents of love? This time where the moon is darkening is the perfect time for release. Release those obstructions, known and unknown, that get in the way of you reclaiming this birthright. And at the new moon, just a few days away, you will have that spaciousness created so that you can plant the seeds within. The dark of the moon is a time of stillness, of turning inward, of unraveling, of facing what lies in your shadow. Face these, look at these, ignore them no longer. Ignore them at your peril. The longer you ignore them, the more you deny yourself the gifts that are waiting at your front door, as it were. And you become aware of a beautiful heartbeat. This heartbeat, you wonder, is it mine? Is it the cosmic heart? Is it the heart of Mother Gaia, the earth? Is it the heart of the forest? And you receive this impression that touches every single cell in your body, that all is oneness. And this heartbeat is the heartbeat of the great I Am. Feel your heart and this heartbeat coming together, entrained as one, entraining one to the other and to each other in this circle. And smile. Smile for this connection you have made. And breathe in to your heart the vision that you have begun to create and that you can continue to create over the coming days of a life that is lighter, less weighed down by these outdated beliefs and obstructions, the stories told to you that are not your own. Feel your light like the flame of a candle warming you, touching the outer reaches of your vision. Summoning to it aspects that you haven't thought of before, which is well, you want this to be unexpected. You want unexpected blessings to come to you. Take a deep breath in. Feel the vision blessing kissing every cell in your body, anchoring deep in your heart, the chamber of your heart, sitting at the altar of your heart now. You can return to this anytime and release the breath. Feel your gratitude. Gratitude, the highest form of receivership. Feel how grateful you feel because you have begun this journey to reclaiming your birthright. Be patient with yourself. Unravel the obstructions. Love yourself enough to do this, to revisit this, to unravel, to rewire your DNA, to create a new song, a new alliance with yourself and the codes of prosperity. For those that love to work with the plant kingdom, you may want to create for yourselves, just imagine in your mind's eye a beautiful cacao after this, or maybe another day, and you breathe your blessings into the cacao, your intentions into the cacao, and you sip them, you embody them. And in the cacao, you might like to place a little drop of ginger essential oil, or maybe some wild orange, or one of each. Ginger, bergamot, wild orange, calling in deeper prosperity, deeper blessings of abundance. Maybe have those diffusing or make them as a roller bottle. If you make a roller bottle, you might want to put some crystal chips, citrine, for instance. Maybe some chamomile flowers. Chamomile is another plant ally for prosperity, richness, abundance. You can indeed place a drop of wild orange with Roman chamomile, yeah, and ginger and bergamot. Do what feels good for you. Open yourself, open your whole self to receiving this, living this, embodying this. There's no point just sitting in meditation doing this. You want to be the embodiment of it. Yeah. So when you're ready, just gently take your hands, warm them in front of you, and gently place them over your face when you're ready, and just massage around your face. You'll gently open your eyes under your hands so that you're not just awakening hard and fast into the glare of your computer screen. You might want to take your arms and wrap them around you. Have compassion for yourself. It's been a long journey, and you are cultivating a new way of living in harmony with prosperity. And so it is. You feel at your back the presence of this beautiful tree. The presence of the stick man fades away. And you come into full presence of you. Welcome back. Inhale. Just hold that there for a minute. Feel yourself expand a bit the breath, and just exhale. Now notice how you feel after that journey. You've just touched the tip of the iceberg, right? Love yourself enough to go back, to go deeper, to unravel the next three, and the next three, and the next three, until you just find yourself on the pathway to fully embracing prosperity. If you could pop in the chat how you're feeling, what that was like for you, and if someone would like to, when you're ready, come off mute and we'll open this up to sharing. Prosperity is very much something you want to feel. You want to feel it coursing. I could have done a huge discourse on it, but that's not what we're here for. We're here for embodiment. When you begin to embody, you can then understand the more conceptual stuff, right? You can then start to have conversations revolving around, I would love to embrace my first 10K month, or 50K month, or 100K month, or $1 million quarter, or whatever it may be. Then you can have that. You need to rejig your energy body to even be open to that. Yeah? This is the path that so many are wanting to take right now. So many are wanting to feel themselves on. But if you skip this, if you skip or bypass the obstructions, the things that get in your way from receiving, not much is going to change. Yeah? You don't want to bypass this. For those of you, there's quite a few of you here that are joining me in Voice the Goddess. We have our first session June 11th, but we go deeper into this code. We go much deeper, opening and embracing, because it's such an important one. There's been so much shame built in around this, hasn't there? Who here has had shame around this, conditioned into them, story told into them? Yeah, let me know in the chat. That's beautiful, Angelica. You released a lot, cried the whole way through, not in sadness, more of letting go of the old that's not serving me. I love it. Yeah, look at all that. Yes, to the shame. So much shame there. You know, we hear that it's dirty, that it's dense, that you change. I mean, I don't know. What are some of the things? I'd love to hear some of the obstructions that have come up for you in your life. Yeah? Yeah, lack, a feeling of lack. What was that about, Bonnie? Do you want to come off mute? If you feel it may serve someone else too.
Yeah, I don't mind. I've already processed it. He, from as long as I can remember, it was always shut the door. The heat's going. What you were heating up the yard? No, you can't have that at the restaurant. We're all getting what's on the coupon. Just things like that. Get off the phone. You know, but way back then, it cost money to be on the phone. You're not talking to somebody on the other side of Springdale, are you? Because that's long distance, you know. So I never realized that he had totally instilled a feeling of lack, that everything, you know, that it was weird. But once I understood it, it was easy to let it go. Now I always ask for, if not this, then something better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just manifested a house.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we didn't get the one we aimed for. We got a better one.
Yeah. It's that surrender, isn't it? Like the universe knows. The universe knows. Our higher intelligence knows. Not higher as in higher, it's more than, it's and this pit's less than. It's not about that. It's that expansive nature of ourself, the part of us that's already there, claiming it, living it. The future parts of ourselves, they know. They show the way. The universe shows us the way, right?
Right. Once I quit worrying about how it was going to happen, it happened.
Yeah. So remember this, ladies. Thank you, Bonnie. That's something I really wanted to talk about here. And thank you for sharing, my love. I'm
You're
so looking
welcome.
forward to immersing in Voice the Goddess with you. It's going to
Yeah.
be so much fun. So, ladies, remember this. How closes doors. How closes doors. There are certain situations where a how can be great, you know but really the questions that I was asking during that journey were questions that opens the door to deeper understanding, to deeper unraveling. Yeah. So remember that if you just surrender the how to the universe, you open yourself to the realm of infinite possibilities. The potential is unlimited there. It's the void. We were just in the void then, right? For that moment in time, we're in the void together. There are no limits. There's no bookends to anything. It's just a vast, expansive space of love, right? And to live from this place is so freeing. Yeah, no problem, Linda. Thank you, my darling. So, Paul was unable to join us tonight. I'm so sorry. He is amazing. We'll do something when he's back. He ended up in emergency yesterday, so he's in hospital. So, please send him some love. Something's wrong with his foot. I don't know if it's gout or cellulitis or that they have no idea. Just looks like his foot is going to explode out of itself and he's in agony. So, beloved sisters, send him some love. He was saying to me, "Oh no, we have prosperity. I'll see if I can do it from the hospital." I'm like, "No, you won't. I've got this. We'll do something else with them all again. Yeah, we'll do another free masterclass. Would you like that?" Yeah, this is totally different to what I would have done with Paul anyway. So, you'll get good juice. So, can I share something with you about prosperity? Would that be okay? Just in alignment with this. So, I really struggled for a long time with just really allowing myself to open myself to claiming pure, unadulterated wealth for wealth's sake. So we grew up, myself, my sister, I have one blood sister, Chantal, and I grew up with mum and dad, and we were so abundantly blessed with love and we were financially well off. My dad had a really successful building company, and mum was there by his side, and they were a great team the way they worked together. Anyway, despite all of that, my beautiful mum still had this programming of poverty, though. That can be a hard one to shake. Paul grew up in poverty too. And my mum and Paul had made some really powerful decisions when they were younger, like, this is not going to happen. I'm not going to live my life poor. My family aren't going to be poor, blah, blah, blah. So my mum, though, didn't quite shake it. She was still she was very frugal, and it is that generation. I get it, that frugalness, but like she gave us so many blessings because she was so great at saving. But there were a lot of things that similar to Bonnie, that just wouldn't happen. So I remember my sister Chantel, something as simple as this, asking for a netball skirt. For sport, you can have the netball skirt or the shorts. And the netball skirt was more expensive. And mum was like, "You don't need the netball skirt, just have the shorts," which was so daggy. And my sister was this cool little thing. And she's like, "Shorts?" And it really stuck with her. So little things like that and big things as well. But we never went without, food was always amazing. We had holidays together and so on and so forth. So I actually had in my life and my heart the most beautiful family around me. I felt so blessed, so richly blessed. And my nonna, my dad's mum, her thing was, she was Catholic and such strong faith, and she was like, it is good to give, but you need to make sure you have something for you too. So, for instance, you want to give a dollar, keep a dollar. There's this beautiful expression in Italian, and it was just gorgeous. And little things like that stayed with me. My other grandparents, generous. I grew up with all four. They were all really generous and beautiful and loving. So in my life, my story went something like this. So whenever I need something, it's going to come. That was my belief. The universe will just find a way to bless me with it because I'm so blessed. We're all blessed and we're all special, and this is our birthright. And then I started my doTERRA business. Are you all familiar with doTERRA essential oils? For those that aren't, basically it's, essential oils and teaching people essential oils. And I was so excited because, I had trained in aromatherapy. I was a psychologist, and I just wanted to share with the world and make sure that as many children as possible had essential oils to bless them. And that was their go-to. And, they could feel empowered to know when they needed something, they could just pick up an essential oil. And so my business grew super fast, and I never really knew about the business. I never really knew what we were earning. I was still buying our oils each month using my credit card, not even the AR balance. I just was so focused on loving the world. And so I got to diamond really fast. It's a rank in doTERRA. It doesn't matter, but I got to diamond really fast, which is kind of like you're looking at between 10 and 20K a month. I was kind of aware at this point, but not overly focused on it because I'd done some training, but didn't really get it all. And my husband was there, my biggest cheerleader as always, and the kids were cheering me on. I hadn't talked about the kind of money or anything. I'm just like, oh, like, oh my gosh, I'm doing classes and we're all cheering and celebrating that so many lives were being blessed. And I just didn't get the big deal of it. And when I was asked, how did you do it so fast? That was like one of the most popular questions I got asked. It was just love. And I tell you what, I'm really psychic. I can't tell you how many people I heard say, what the is she on? What is she talking about? They couldn't understand, they couldn't relate. I would just like listen to the plants and bring that song into being, and Mama Gaia is my muse, and I just loved it. I was always focused on the spiritual aspects and emotional, but I could talk the physical, being an aromatherapist. So I was in my, that pure joy. And my husband said to me, I'm like, babe, I don't know how to teach anyone what I did. They all want me to teach it, and I don't know how to do that. And he's like, what do you need? I'm like, baby, I need you. You and I together. That's our magic. We've worked together before and we love it. And, we're just one of those couples that actually loves each other. Yeah, surprise, right? Maybe you're one of those couples too. So he was like, okay. And he started unraveling what was in the back office and what we had earned. And long story short, I remember the day he rang me on the phone and he cried. It's like, honey, what's the matter? What's going on? And he's like, baby, there's money in here. You're earning really good money. I was like, oh, okay. All right. You're okay though, right? And he's like, oh my gosh. And the relief that swept through him that wasn't on him. So part of Paul's programming around prosperity and living a richly abundant life, like actually financially prosperous, was got to work hard. Got to work hard, probably really long hours. You're the main person, and he could only depend on himself. He's still unraveling, unpacking that one, right? And it's do. It's this very, not putting it down, but the unhealthy masculine actually penetrate the world and it's your oyster. Whereas I'm just like dancing over here. I'm like, I've always been very strongly my feminine and intuitive, and I just know the universe gives us everything we need. So then before we know it, we're blue diamond, then we're presidential diamond. And yes, we worked for it, but we worked with our team. We collaborated with the universe and our team. And it was a huge turning point for me because all of a sudden there's this different way of money coming in, like I'm actively engaging and other people are being blessed by it. This was pivotal for me. I was blessed, they were blessed, and everyone was blessed. Over the course of, the 7 years or so, we were mentoring people, working with people, did everything for free. Well, we were getting paid by doTERRA, but I mean, I was, any private mentoring, all of that stuff, it was all free. Then the beautiful women who did Voice the Goddess with me last year know that last year was actually the first time I charged for anything. Oh my gosh, sisters, can I just tell you, I was sweating it out. It was the night before launch, and my admin angels were like, Ness, honey, are you there? We need a price on this. So I did a phone a friend and I was freaking out. And she helped me so much. So I had Elena Brower, Tara Bliss, and my amazing husband, incomparable Paul Ovens, who were in my corner. And I was weeping, I was trembling, I was shaking. And when I unpacked it, it went something like this. What if they hate me? What if they don't like me anymore? It was like my little girl and the maiden and the littler girl, the little child was so scared of not being loved anymore, of being rejected, because she dared to create an offering that had a sacred exchange. How many of us hold ourselves back from shining brightly because who am I to be worthy? Well, darlings, you were born worthy. You just need to remember it. As I remember it, you remember it, and everyone remembers it. As you remember, I remember, we all remember. You see, it blesses the multitudes. Our growth, our evolution blesses the multitudes, and prosperity is not something we should shirk. It's not something to deny ourselves. It's very important we claim it. And that's actually why in this next Voice the Goddess, I had it in the last one, but this one has these 12 sacred master codes coming in. And it's why this one has a whole, month dedicated to it. Yeah, it's time. Of course, you can have a 7-figure month, multiple 7, like multiple everything, whatever you want. Of course, we can. We just need to awaken to that remembrance again, right? We calibrate and then calibrate to that. Yeah? Does this make sense? Is this singing into some of your hearts? It's the miraculous from the void, from the unknown that you're tapping into. But the most important thing, my loves, is we need to bring it here. We need to embody it here, be it here in this present moment. That is our gift. As woman, you need to stop seeing everything as separate. I'd love men and women to do this. Our divine essence is presence and being. That's our divine essence, full presence, beingness. I am that I am. So can we be fully present to this and the meaningfulness this has in our lives? Because what blesses me blesses you and blesses all. Yeah? Yeah. So I'm really aware of the time. I can feel it's been about an hour. Let me check. Yep. And I want to stay true to this time. I would like to offer you all, if you want to go deeper, join Paul and I will come back again with these codes. And I would love for you all to join me this Friday. If you are feeling, I think it's this Friday, Sam, is that right? For our Goddess Q&A. So if you're feeling called to a deeper journey, to living the truth of who you are, to being the embodiment of all you were born to be, and to journeying more deeply with me in like a mentorship capacity, to be the way shower again, right? This program, Voice of the Goddess, is phenomenal. She's worth every single cent you'll invest and more. I'm not having the sacred investment higher than what it is because I want to make her as accessible as possible to everyone. And like I said, my abundance blesses your abundance, right? So it doesn't need to be more right now. but I would love to have you there. This is actually a more intimate group than last time. The offerings this year have been more intimate. And I've been loving it. So she's staying nice and snug. So you get a lot of me. You always do, no matter the size of the group anyway. But you will get a lot of me. You'll get a deep immersion with me. It's a deep channeling space. It's an opening space. It will open in you something that has possibly been long buried. And I've seen a lot of tears here. I've seen a lot of awakenings here. Sam, if you put your email in the chat, please. Sam is my right-hand angel. She's magnificent. I want you to copy and paste that email if you want. And for those of you that feel like you just want to connect with me one-on-one, because the cart closes Sunday night, if you feel like you want to connect with me one-on-one, make a time. It's free. It's free. Just drop in and come and chat with me about Voice the Goddess, because I can feel there's more of you here ready. Yeah. I love you so much, all of you so much. Thank you for being here live. Thank you for opening your hearts to a deeper connection with prosperity. It is your birthright to claim. If money is an issue now, you can still reach out to me. And also know this. When you rewire, reprogram your whole self, not just your mind, you invite the unexpected into your life. You invite grace to bless you more deeply. Yeah. So, Angelica, you've said you feel like something's wrong with you, like you're broken and can't attract prosperity and therefore a burden on your own pull. Today was the first day I felt a ray of light. Thank you, Vanessa. Yeah. Thank you. Thank yourself. Thank yourself. You loved yourself enough to be here, to show up, to go there. I'm just like, loving you on your way. And I want to love you all on your way. So don't let money be an obstacle anymore. When you feel a full-bodied yes, follow it. And my invitation to you is begin with Voice the Goddess. She's part of me and I'm part of her, and I can feel how extraordinary she is. She is phenomenal. So if you want more of that magic in your life, and if you want to be steeping like a tea bag in a channeled, loving space, come dance with me and the beautiful goddesses. Sam has put in the chat the Q&A for a deeper dive this Friday, but I can feel a couple of you may just want to speak privately with me. So take down her email as well and join us on the Q&A. Thank you, Grow. Grow was with me last time. She's with me this time as well. And she's written, she's truly phenomenal. And I'm so looking forward to another round. When she says she's talking about Voice. We feel her as a living, breathing entity. Well, I hope you're talking about Voice. Both, me as well. Well, then you are phenomenal, because what we see in others, we see in ourselves. Sorry, I just blanked out, didn't I? A call came through. On that note, I love you deeply. I look forward to journeying with you. Sandra, reach out. I see you. I see a few of you here that Voice would be such a blessing for. So come on over. Dare to go where your heart wants to take you. Love yourself enough to be all that you were born to be, to rise in love with yourself. I love you. Thank you. We'll send this recording out to you all. Take care. Take care, my darlings.